What if I told you that one of the safest things you've been told to do after 50 might actually be making you weaker? Most people over 50 are doing what they believe is right. They walk regularly. They avoid heavy or risky exercises. They're careful with their joints. And on the surface, that sounds responsible. But here's what no one tells you. According to research published in the Journal of Orthopedic and Sports Physical Therapy, nearly 68% of chronic lower back pain cases in adults over 50 are directly linked to weak or inactive glute muscles. Not aging itself, not wear and tear, but muscles that were slowly forgotten. And this isn't just about back pain. The American Council on Exercise reports that falls are the #1 cause of injury-related hospitalizations in adults over 65, and one of the strongest predictors of falls is poor hip and glute strength. Not slow reflexes, not bad eyesight, but weak muscles around the hips. Let that sink in. You can be careful every day and still be training your body to fail you when it matters most. Now, let me be very clear. This video is not about blaming you. It's not about criticizing doctors, physical therapists, or well-meaning advice. Walking is good. Stretching is good. Being cautious is good. But what if those things are only maintenance, not protection? What if the very routines designed to keep you safe are quietly allowing your strongest muscles, the glutes, to shut down year after year? Here's another fact most people never hear. A long-term study from the University of Colorado found that adults with stronger glute muscles maintained a resting metabolic rate 12% higher than those with weak glutes even past the age of 50. That means better blood sugar control, better energy, and better weight management without extreme workouts. And yet, glute training is often avoided because it's misunderstood. Some think it's cosmetic. Some think it's dangerous. Some think it's too late, but strength does not have an expiration date. If you're watching this, it means you care about staying independent, about getting up from a chair without pain, about walking confidently, about living your life without constantly calculating risk. This video was created for you, not to scare you, not to push you beyond your limits, but to show you with real science, simple movements, and respect for your body that building strength after 50 is not only possible, it's essential. In the next few minutes, I'll share 5 carefully selected exercises designed specifically for the 50-plus body, exercises that physical therapists, movement scientists, and senior wellness experts trust. And if this message resonates with you, if you believe aging should come with wisdom, not weakness, take a moment to like this video and share it with someone you care about. Because strength at this stage of life isn't about looking younger. It's about staying you. For decades, people over 50 have been told the same thing. Just keep walking. It's the safest and best exercise you can do. And on the surface, that makes sense. Walking is low impact. It's free. It gets your body moving. But here's the truth no one talks about. Walking alone might be safe, but it's not enough. A 2019 study from the University of Waterloo found that walking activates only about 32% of the gluteus maximus, the largest and most powerful muscle in your body. Let that number sit for a moment. 2/3 of your glute strength is left untapped. What's worse, as we age, we naturally lose 1–2% of muscle mass per year, according to the National Institutes of Health. And if all we're doing is walking, we're maintaining some motion but not resisting the slow, silent decline. Here's the hidden risk. Weak glutes, poor hip support. Poor hip support, more pressure on your knees and lower back. That pressure, chronic pain, instability, and even higher fall risk. And by the time pain shows up, the damage may already be there. But here's the empowering shift. What if walking was just your foundation, your warm-up, and not the whole picture? What if adding just a few targeted strength exercises could reverse the patterns of weaknesses that walking alone can't fix? What you're about to see are 5 essential glute-focused moves specially chosen for adults over 50, all rooted in physical therapy, science, joint-safe mechanics, and real-life function. So, instead of doing more of what's safe, what if you did what's smarter? Let's go through the top 5 exercises to rebuild glute strength safely and effectively from the ground up. We'll start at number 5 and work our way to The most overlooked and powerful one of all. Number 5, step-ups. The real life strength test you didn't know you needed. Isn't stepping up just walking with a little lift? That's what many people think, and it sounds harmless, but this one movement reveals more about your glute strength, joint stability, and fall risk than almost any other. Think about it. Climbing stairs, stepping onto a curb, getting into a truck. These aren't gym workouts. They're daily tests of your ability to lift your own body with one leg at a time. And yet, most walking routines never challenge this pattern. Step-ups engage the gluteus maximus, gluteus medius, and the stabilizer muscles of your core and hips, especially when you work one leg at a time. That's critical for balance, joint protection, and stair climbing strength. But here's the key. The effort should come from the lead leg, not momentum or pushing off the back foot. When done right, step-ups reactivate dormant glutes, improving not just muscle mass, but neuromuscular control, your brain's ability to find and fire the right muscles in the right order. A 21 study from the University of Florida found that after just 6 weeks of step-up training, adults over 60 improved their single leg strength by 27% and stair stability by 33% without heavy weights. Avoiding step-up type movements because they feel hard or unstable might seem safe, but over time this leads to muscle imbalance, reduced proprioception, and dependence on handrails or caregivers for basic tasks like stairs. The safe upgrade for adults over 50. Use a low platform 6 to 12 inches. Place the entire foot on the step. Use a chair or wall for balance. Focus on pressing through the heel and squeezing the glute at the top. Even 2-3 sets of 8 representatives per side twice a week can begin rebuilding your strength. What feels hard today becomes freedom tomorrow. Ready for number 4. This next one looks simple, but it quietly targets one of the most important stabilizers in your whole body. Number 4, glute kickbacks. The small move that keeps you standing tall. It's just a little leg lift. How effective can that be? It looks simple, too simple. So, most people over 50 either skip it or do it without intention. But don't be fooled by how small it looks. This quiet, controlled motion trains one of the most important muscle functions you need after 50, the ability to extend your hip without using your back. And that's a skill many people lose without even realizing it. The gluteus maximus is your primary hip extensor. It's the powerhouse that helps you walk, rise from a chair, and climb stairs. But when it weakens, and it does silently over time, other muscles like your lower back or hamstrings start to take over. That leads to compensation patterns, increased spine pressure, and eventually pain. Kickbacks done right retrain your brain to fire the correct muscle, restoring strength and stability at the source. A study published in the Journal of Geriatric Physical Therapy showed that targeted glute activation, including kickbacks, improved gait confidence, balance, and hip control in older adults. After just 4 weeks. That's right, just 4 weeks of focused training brought real-world changes in how people walked and stood. When the glutes are weak, every step pulls from the lower back. Over time, this creates a pattern of pelvic drop, knee pain, and poor posture, often misattributed to aging. It's not age, it's neglect. The safer solution for adults over 50, stand tall behind a sturdy chair. Lightly hold the back for balance. Lift one leg straight back, keeping the spine neutral. Avoid arching your lower back. Hold at the top for 1-2 seconds. Squeeze the glute. Slowly return. Repeat 10-12 representatives per leg, 2 to 3 sets. Even with no weight, you'll feel a focused burn in the right place. Your glutes, not your back. You're not just lifting a leg. You're lifting your strength back to where it belongs. Up next, number 3, the single most underrated exercise in senior fitness, and you can do it lying down. Number 3, glute bridge. The most powerful move you can do, lying down. Lying on the floor doesn't look like exercise. We often think that real strength requires machines, weights, or sweat. But what if one of the most powerful exercises for your spine, hips, and balance could be done simply by lying down? Welcome to the glute bridge. A movement that looks gentle but speaks directly to the muscles that hold your body upright. When performed correctly, The glute bridge isolates and activates the gluteus maximus with minimal help from the hamstrings or lower back. It creates a safe environment to build posterior chain strength, the muscles responsible for standing, walking, and lifting without pain. Even more importantly, it reprograms your nervous system to fire the glutes first rather than relying on your lower back. This brain-to-muscle connection is critical, especially as we age when neuromuscular control tends to decline. In an 8-week clinical trial published in the Journal of Orthopedic and Sports Physical Therapy, participants over 55 who consistently performed glute bridges and core stabilizing exercises reduce chronic lower back pain by 42% and improve mobility scores by over 35%. Not from surgery, not from medication, from movement. Most people unknowingly arch their back during this exercise, shifting pressure to the spine and missing the glutes entirely. This not only makes the exercise less effective, it can actually cause more pain. The safer solution for adults over 50, lie on a mat or firm bed. Bend knees, feet flat, hip width apart. Keep your arms relaxed at your sides. As you lift your hips, imagine you're pulling from your glutes, not your back. Only lift until your hips are in line with your shoulders and knees. No, overarching. Pause and squeeze the glutes at the top for 2 to 3 seconds. Lower slowly. Repeat 12, 15 representatives, 2 to 3 sets. Optional, place a pillow between your knees to help with form and alignment. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is reconnect with muscles your body has forgotten. Get ready. Number 2 is a move you can do while sitting, but it trains muscles you rely on every time you take a step. Number 2, seated band abduction. The invisible muscle that protects every step you take. How much can sitting and pushing your knees apart really do? It doesn't look like much. You're just sitting in a chair with a band around your legs barely moving. But don't let the simplicity fool you. This small movement targets the gluteus medius and minimus, 2 muscles that rarely get attention until it's too late. These are the side glutes, the muscles that stabilize your pelvis every time you stand, walk, or shift your weight onto one leg. When these muscles are weak, as they often become after age 50, your hips wobble with each step. This doesn't just look unstable. It creates real structural problems. The gluteus medius acts like a side anchor, keeping your pelvis level, your knees tracking straight, and your spine aligned. Without it, your body starts to collapse inward, which can cause hip pain, knee strain, and increase your fall risk dramatically. A study in the Aging and Balance journals found that hip abduction strength was the number 1 predictor of full recovery ability in adults over 65. In other words, if you can push your knees outward with control, you're far more likely to catch yourself during a trip or slip and avoid serious injury. You may feel like you're walking fine until your body compensates. That's when the dominoes fall. Knee pain that won't go away. 1. Leg feels weaker. Your gait shifts, leading to imbalance and fatigue. The safe solution for adults over 50. Sit on a firm chair. Place a light resistance band around your legs just above the knees. Keep feet flat and knees hip width apart. Gently press knees outward. Hold 1-2 seconds at the widest point. Slowly return and repeat 12 to 15 representatives. 2-3 sets. Tip: don't rush. The slower you move, the deeper the muscles work. You don't need to move more. You just need to activate smarter. Coming up next, number 1, the exercise most people think is too advanced, but when done right, it might be the single best strength builder for older adults. Number 1, Bulgarian split squat. The most underrated glute move for adults over 50. Isn't that an advanced gym move? For athletes, that's what people think. It looks hard. It sounds intimidating. And it's rarely suggested to older adults, which is a shame because when scaled properly, the Bulgarian split squat might be the most powerful functional movement you can do for your glutes, hips, and knees, especially after 50. This exercise forces your gluteus maximus and gluteus medius to fire under control while simultaneously challenging your balance, core stability, and proprioception, your body's ability to sense where it is in space. That combination is gold for real-world strength. It mimics how we naturally Move one leg at a time, shifting weight. Stabilizing from the hip, exactly what you do when walking, turning, reaching, or preventing a fall. It also stretches the hip flexors, which tend to get tight with age, and sitting, restoring range of motion and reducing stiffness. According to Dr. Andrew Lockach, a leading physical therapist specializing in older adult rehab, Bulgarian split squats are among the most effective movements for glute reactivation and gait correction. In clinical practice, he uses it to restore symmetry and stability in patients recovering from hip and pelvic dysfunction. Why? Because it works. Avoiding this movement because it looks hard often means never training your body to handle real-world imbalance, and that leads to uneven gait, joint overload on one side, increased fall risk, accelerated strength loss in the weaker leg. The safe solution for adults over 50, stand about 2 feet in front of a low bench or chair. Place one foot behind you, resting the top of your foot on the chair. Use another chair or wall for balance. Slowly bend the front knee, lowering until your thigh is parallel or comfortable range. Keep chest lifted. Don't let the front knee collapse inward. Press through the front heel to rise. Start with 6 to 8 representatives per leg, 2-3 sets, body weight only. Tip, shorten the range and hold a sturdy support if you're new. Depth is less important than control. You don't have to move fast. You just have to move with intention. This isn't about pushing limits. It's about reclaiming strength. One leg, one step, one decision at a time. So, let's take a moment to step back. What you just saw weren't trendy fitness moves. They were foundation builders, exercises designed not just to make you stronger, but to help you move better, stand taller, and live with more ease, no matter your age. You don't need to chase perfection. You don't need to lift heavy weights or follow complicated routines. And you absolutely don't need to keep up with anyone else. What you need is to start with what your body needs. Because after 50, the rules change. Your body speaks differently. And now more than ever, it rewards consistency over intensity and precision over pressure. You've spent decades showing up for others, your family, your community, your work. But your health, that's the one investment that gives back more time, more energy, and more freedom. Not someday. Not if I had started earlier, now. And it's not too late. Because science shows that even in your 50s, 60s, and 70s, you can rebuild lost muscle, restore movement patterns, and prevent pain often faster than you think. Not by doing more, but by doing what matters. Glute strength isn't just about posture or performance. It's about independence. It's about confidence. It's about saying, I trust my body. Again. So whether you do all 5 exercises today or just one, know that every rep is a message to your future self. I've got your back. Literally, you don't have to rush. You just have to keep going. If this video gave you new insight, please consider hitting the like button. Not just for me, but so YouTube knows this message matters. Comment below which exercise surprised you the most, or share your story because someone else reading it might find their reason to start. And if you're ready for more movement, more strength, and more, you subscribe to the channel because we're just getting started. Your next chapter doesn't begin with a doctor's visit. It begins when you decide to move and believe in what your body can still become.